Welcome to EduRev. Today, we're going to tackle one of the trickiest chapters in biology, human health and diseases. You know, if you're gearing up for an exam like NEET, this chapter can feel like a total mountain to climb. There are just so many diseases, causative agents, vectors, drug names. It's enough to make your head spin. But hey, don't you worry. I'm going to show you the exact memory tricks that I personally use to get all this information to stick. So think of this as me, your personal guide, helping you master this chapter one simple trick at a time. Okay, first up, the big one. Matching each disease with a specific cause. You know, forgetting whether typhoid is bacterial or viral could really cost you on an exam. So let's get this locked down for good. So here's the secret. All you have to do is remember this one kind of silly sentence. Tall sailors pack cold milk and apple rings cheerfully. Trust me, this is our master key for this whole section. Let's break it down and see how it works. The first letter of each word is your clue. Tall gives us T for typhoid. Sailors gives us S for pneumonia. And hey, notice that S in sailors also helps you remember Streptococcus pneumonia. Cold is, you guessed it, for the common cold. Milk is for malaria and helps us remember amoebiasis. Apple is for ascariasis. Rings for ringworm. And finally, cheerfully gives us cholera. See? It's a really simple system to connect them all in your mind. Alright, so we've got a handle on what causes what. But the next big question is, how do these things actually spread? That's the next piece of the puzzle, and remembering the mode of transmission is absolutely critical. And for this, we've got another handy phrase. This one basically tells you the answer straight up. Filthy mosquito bites, water carries amoeba, and ring rashes from sharing. Let's look at what each part really means. Check out the clues here. Filthy mosquito points you right to filariasis, which is spread by mosquitoes. Bites and rings blood is such a vivid way to remember how malaria is transmitted. Common sneezes, well, that's a perfect hint for the respiratory droplets that spread the common cold. Water carries amoeba literally spells out how you get amoebiasis. And ring rashes from sharing couldn't be clearer about how ringworm spreads. It just makes sense. Okay, now that we've covered diseases, let's switch gears and talk about our body's amazing defense system. We're going to map out the lymphoid organs, basically the headquarters of our immune response. And knowing the difference between primary and secondary organs is super important. And our little trick for remembering the immune system's command centers is this. Big tigers swim through lakes, playing around merrily. This sentence just neatly organizes all the key players for us. So here's how you break it down. The mnemonic is really in two parts. The first two words, big tigers, stand for your primary lymphoid organs, bone marrow and thymus. Simple, right? Then the rest of that phrase, swim through lakes, playing around merrily. That covers all the secondary organs, spleen, tonsils, lymph nodes, Peyer's patches, appendix and mold. And just to make it crystal clear, this diagram connects all those names to their actual spots in the body. You can actually see the thymus here in the chest, the spleen over here by the stomach, and all the lymph nodes scattered around. This really helps turn that abstract list into a real map of our immune system. Alright, for our last section, let's dive into another topic that's heavy on memorization. Drugs and their sources. We're going to split this into two smaller chunks. Plant-based drugs and then the clinical drugs that are commonly misused. For the plant-based ones, our go-to sentence is, "Clever cats hate cold, dark nights." Every single word in this phrase is going to link us to a specific drug and where it comes from. Let's decode this one, shall we? Clever gets us cannabinoids from cannabis sativa. Cats is for cocaine from the coca plant. Hate points us to heroin, which comes from the poppy. That second C, cold, stands for charas, which is another cannabis product. Dark is for datura. And last but not least, nights is for nicotine from the tobacco plant. Okay, so that takes care of the plant-based drugs. Now let's quickly look at the clinical ones that are often misused, and for these, the trick is even easier. All you need to remember for this one is the acronym BAMB. BAMB. That's it. It stands for barbiturates, amphetamines, morphine, and benzodiazepines. 4 letters, 4 drugs. It seriously doesn't get more direct than that. And just like that, we have worked our way through the hardest parts of this chapter. So let's just do a super quick recap of the powerful memory tools that we've just put in our toolkit. So there you have it, 4 simple little tricks to help you conquer this chapter. We used tall sailors for diseases and their agents, filthy mosquito for how they spread, big tigers for all the lymphoid organs, and finally, clever cats plus BAMB for drugs and their sources. This is your brand new memory toolkit. I really hope these tricks help you feel a lot more confident heading into your exams. For thousands more videos, notes, and tests to help you master all your subjects, go find the EduRev app. It's on the Play Store and the iOS App Store. Happy studying!